All right, guys, so today we're going to have the most important interview in the history of this channel. So I'm sitting here with Raisa Kurbanova, Dean Raisa Kurbanova, who is the head of the international department, the single most important person in the university for us international students. She's a wonderful person, and she has agreed to grant us this interview, and she's going to be answering most of your frequently asked questions about Dagestan State Medical University. So thank you, ma'am. Welcome to the channel. Thank you.
Thank you for advising me to take part in this kind of interview. It is my first experience. I hope I will do my best.
Oh, ma'am, it's an honor to have you here. I can't just tell you how happy I am to have this interview today.
Yes,
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Because you're a very important person, and I don't want to waste any of your time, I will go straight to the questions that I've brought forward from the channel. So before we start the question, what makes Dagestan State Medical University so special for us international students and for the world in general?
So just if to speak in general, I would tell that, for example, our region, it's it's a different part compared with other just districts in whole Russia, because so we have more than 30 nationalities in our district. So that's why, due to this very fact, we are very, even in our university or in our whole republic, we are specific due to our people, because we are used to all nationalities. We live in peace and friendship with all nationalities, in spite of their foreigners or just other nationalities from Russian Federation. So that's why the specialty is done due to our just people.
Wow, well, thanks a lot, ma'am. That makes a lot of sense. So she's telling us, right, Dagestan is a very tolerating place where, because there are a lot of nationalities here and everybody that comes through fits in perfectly. All right, so now to the questions, ma'am. After you took over, what innovations were initiated that turned our university into the top 10 rated medical university in Russia?
It's not a secret. If you just surf on internet, I mean, your just subscribers, they could understand, they could find that our rector is new to our university, and he just made many changes into the policy of the university as a whole. So just as I'm in his team, so I'm going along with his guidance, and of course the policy, the first place in this policy is for international relations, international development of our university. So, and the first matter here in this very sphere is, of course, international students. So he supports me in all and every step regarding international students, regarding development in this very sphere. So that's why I'm just going hand by hand with our rector and his policy and under his guidance, and he leads us to this very position.
Wow. All right, so for those of you that don't know, that is a brilliant answer by Dean Raisa Kurbanova. For those of you that don't know, Dagestan State Medical University has been rated the top 10 medical universities in Russia, and that was after Raisa Kurbanova took over, which boosted the ratings of the university because the international department has grown extremely effective, and we as students now have more access to the administration to present our problems. So she's just being humble by not mentioning, giving the glory for herself, but she has been very instrumental to, you have been very instrumental to the development of, the university in general. So
thank you so much.
All right, so ma'am, the next question is, are there any new plans that students, both old and new, should be excited about, like new innovations?
Yes, look here. So just usually, you are right now graduates, 6-year students. So that's why you have to compare the previous situation regarding foreign students and this situation, nowadays situation. So just the team of our rector has been changed fully, and we are right now just looking into how to involve all our students into our universities, just everyday life. So just initially, for example, if compared with previous years, all international students, they were as if separated. So they have their own activities, own events, and Russian students, they have their own events, own activities. In some sports games or sports competition, we could just mix these students. But for now, for example, we are facing a kind of prospects, like to involve our students not only into sports life. Yes, they will be involved into the scientific research spheres as well. All the students could we are going to make mixed teams for participating in international conferences, international Olympiads, and like such kind of in all spheres. There will be mixture, mixture the groups or teams, Russian and foreign students. So I think it would be interesting not only to study and to make sports games, but also to be involved in the scientific and research work together with Russian students as well. I think it would be good. These events would take place not only in Dagestan but in Russian universities all over Russia. So you could go and you can take part in such kind of events together with our Russian students.
Well, now I don't want to graduate anymore.
You have to. Okay, we will expel you in this coming winter session.
Please.
So for you to repeat again.
No, I want to graduate. For the record, ma'am, she's my dean. She can do it. Don't think she's joking. She has the ability to. All right.
We need such kind of generators like Arumun, so that's why we will expel you.
Yeah, but there are people after us, people like Victor, who who is coming up.
Yes.
And okay.
We are really proud of such kind of students because for now, for like administrative personnel of our university, of course, we are in our papers, in our just work, but due to such people who are coming, bringing ideas, of course, it's just.
No, but if you don't accept the ideas, we will not be able to do them. Oh, you are okay. So, according to what she said, you told us about new plans of integrating the students from into the university life because. In the previous years, we felt that we were just attending a different university, and because we didn't mix with the Russian students, we were having our separate groups, and a lot of students came to study in our university and graduated for 6 years, and they didn't even know how to speak proper Russian. But with your new idea, we're going to be integrated more into Russian society and Dagestan culture and all of that.
Yes.
So that is very, that is very good, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
All right. Like you have already answered question number 4, so I don't even know what to say. So I'll move to question number 5.
Okay.
All right. So a certain number of students are concerned about the age of students that get admitted because some of them graduate very young, and they have the prospects, they have the maturity, and they want to go into the university system, while some of them finish studying in other countries like Africa, India, and all over the world, but they still want to get a medical degree, but they feel they are too old to be accepted into the university. Yes,
unfortunately, there are some kind of regularities like migration laws and migration regularities, according to which we have to, anyway, in spite of all these possible restrictions, we are admitting documents.
Yes.
But as soon as we are taking these documents to Migration Center for making invitation, so there are certain irregularities according to which they are writing restricted or just like this. So, and that's why the certain age, there is an age which is required. The applicant should be not older than 27.
Okay.
So it's just like they are calculating it like this, just for 6 years for study. Of course, at the age of 30, 32, it would be good for taking up medical career.
Yes.
But if it is, for example, there was a case when 42 aged Japanese just applied. So of course they're saying, is he going to be a medician on his? So that's why they have to restrict such kind of.
I understand because some of these students coming through the student visa and they're coming in not to study. And they come in and then go out to go work and break laws and cause the university problems.
That's why just a certain age for studies, and just you have to admit, for example, if a person is more than 35 even, the mindset, his memory abilities, they are not good for even study or to keep such kind of material in head. So it would be difficult for him also to study medicine.
That is true. That is true. That is true. As we're getting older, we in 6 6th year, we're tired of studying already.
That's
All right, so is there any specific age requirement, for example, the younger students? For example, is it that maybe the student should be 18 or 16 or 15?
Yes, for example, a student should be 18, but there are cases when students, for example, 16 or 17. In this very case, this case requires more, more processes. For example, a person under 18, he has to be followed by one of the parents. Who could guarantee, who could settle him first, who could do all the arrangements regarding his settlement at the hostel, make all the processes with his documentations. And if parents has such kind of just abilities to come, to follow his son, to settle, to do all these arrangements, so there is no problem. But anyway, just no one, even in personnel, don't want take responsibility for such kind of youngsters.
A young person.
Yes, because for example, some parents or just applicants, they can hide some maybe health problems.
Yes.
If he comes and he has such kind of epilepsy or such kind of
underlying
disease, yes, and of course, if anything could happen, some misfortune or something with his health state, of course, no one would want to take such kind of responsibility. So that's why it's better when person is just responsible for himself.
Yes.
So in this sort of case, of course, the age is, for example, required age is 18. When a person is responsible for his state and for himself.
All right. That is a wonderful question. Yes. All right. So that question has been asked a lot on the channel, and thankfully our dean has been able to answer that for us today. So guys, we take a commercial break for 1 minute, and then when we're back, we continue with the interview with Dean Raisa Kurbanova. Thank you. All right. So.
Tak. Is everything okay?
No, we're not finished. I'm giving you a break.
I mean, just those questions.
No, you are doing amazing. Victor,
Victor.
She's doing amazing.
Okay, let's see.
I'm impressed. All right.
Good.
Okay, I'll hurry up through the questions so that I will not waste too much of your time.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes. Okay, so we'll continue. All right. Well.
I need to be sure my phone is all set. Before someone calls.
I have already muted my telephone.
I understand. All right, so welcome back to the interview with Raisa Kurbanova, the Dean and Head of the International Department of Dagestan State Medical University. So, sorry, we're taking too much of our time today, and she's a very busy person. She is a very important person, and she needs to be making daily decisions here, and we're taking too much of our time. I'm sorry, ma'am.
It's okay, it's okay.
All right.
You are not coming every day, so it's okay.
We'll be coming every day. Yes. All right. Okay, so for the next question, are foreign students that are studying here allowed to work?
Yes, since very recently, students are allowed to work but on their spare time.
Yes.
Of course, not during their classes time or schooling time.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if they have spare time and they can handle just work together with study, and if this work won't impact on the results of the study, of course they can.
Yes.
Because we have experience when A students, they are good at studies, and they are good at work, they are good at extra activity work, like Arumun.
No.
Of course.
No, she's just flattering me. I'm good at that.
Yes, he's good student, A student. I think he would graduate our university with a red diploma, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why. So he's good at studies. He's good at extra activities at work. He just can't cope with all these activities.
Ma'am, I'm Nigerian. We do the flattering. Well, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much on that. So you are saying that if students, if the work is not impacting on the grades of the students, and they are not using their time for academics to work, then they can be able to work legally.
Yes, because some students are coming, they study, then they make their priority to work, and they start missing classes. And of course, if he has many absence and MB. We call it like MB. So in this case, he could be expelled. So, and that's why it's bad impact on his future career and everything.
Yes.
So that's why, of course, he has to weigh everything which is good for him, which is
bad for him.
So, yes.
All right, thank you for that answer. All right, so let's get into the hot one, guys.
Okay.
All right, so this one is not coming from the channel because many people that are on the channel don't really know. But for all students in the hostel, we actually want to know if there's going to be any change on the accommodation arrangement, because our university's prestige has grown significantly, and thousands of students want to be admitted. So that means there's going to be a change in the infrastructure or the accommodation.
We have already started this kind of changes.
Yes.
Just for example, when we had 200 students and 250 students, we could settle 2 students in a room.
Yes,
but for now, still rector told like this. When we started this question, he told, guys, let's do it like this. If we have still possibility for students to live 2 in a room, so just make it like this. But we have already ordered additional furniture in case if just students will be more than required. So for us to place 1 bed as well, because there are rooms which are
big.
Initially meant for 3 people in a room. So in this case, we would do it. But for now it's like okay. Just in some rooms, for example, for Indians, we have already placed 3 for Indians and for Uzbekistan, because there are very many students from this very country. So of course, and they don't have any complaints, because they have to share some kind of utensils, some kind of their household items, so that's why they don't mind. But of course, if we could leave it like this, we won't interfere with this sphere. But of course, if just students are coming more than required, and of course we have to do it. But for this year, I think it will remain like this. Some rooms are 3 for 3 people, some for 2. It remains like this.
Okay. So that is a very good answer.
Don't worry, graduates won't.
6 months if she doesn't expel me. All right. So because the students that they were not really complaining, but they were thinking that okay, for the new students that are coming, they can be placed 3 in the room, because
in case, for example, from Africa, anyway, we are just settling like this: India with Indian people, African with African people, and there are no complaints. But for now, I think for African segment, the rooms will remain like this, because for now we don't have very many African students. So majority is from Uzbekistan and India.
Wow, that is very good news. That is extremely good news for them, because I'm leaving. All right, ma'am. Thank you. You guys provided the hostel. Your administration gave us 2 extra libraries in the hostel. So we wanted to find out if there are going to be more medical textbooks in English language available, because I understand that the population of foreign students studying mostly are studying in Russian. So buying a lot of English textbook might not be a good idea, but we just want to find out if.
So, for example, due to for this year, we have increased our admission.
Yes, ma'am.
For this year, we have more than 150 students, including preparatory course as well. 50 for preparatory and 105 for specialties.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and of course, we have already ordered books. We have already ordered books for students, and I think some portion of these books will be just placed into the libraries of hostel, but I'm not sure that students will use them, because students will use books. They are finding e-books in the telephones, PDFs. They don't use them. So I don't know whether it's required or not.
Some serious students do use them to look busy. All right, ma'am.
Because, for example, when they came like freshers, they were just. So I wasn't given this book at the library, that book at the library. And when I used to work like a translator, there were no students who were using books. They are just opening the telephone.
Opening PDFs in class or trying to study during tests.
So that's why I don't know what is the use of it.
Of course, ma'am. Yes, that is one of the things that we really appreciate Russia for, because before then, I was in a Nigerian university, and even universities all over the world, you have to buy textbooks, and these textbooks can be very expensive. They can even be a quarter of your tuition fee. You know, but when we came to Russia, the university provided us with textbooks and study materials. So I don't know if it's just Dagestan State Medical University.
No, it's in all universities. It's just ordinary thing.
Well, okay, the whole of Russia. Yes. All right, ma'am. Okay, so we're going into what do you call this? A philosophical question right now.
Right.
So
I'm not a good philosopher, I should say.
No. All right, I think you are in position to answer this one perfectly, ma'am.
I will try.
So, with you at the helm of affairs, what is the main goal of the international department? What direction do we want to head in, ma'am?
So for now, anyway, I plan my work according to the plans of our head of the university.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and his aim is just to enlarge the admission. For example, we are intending to enlarge our admission and to reach the 500 students for next coming year. So in this very in this very field, we are working with very many companies. We are working with students who are applying directly, because initially those who applied directly, they weren't taken into account, only from some companies. But anyway, here, why we have admitted this year many students, because we opened all doors we had. For example, for direct students, for those students who have come are like brothers, sisters of our students, for other companies, and from we are working with embassies. So we open all the doors, and we are inviting all the students from without
everywhere, any as long as they're qualified.
Yes, of course. First question is qualification.
Yes,
of course, if for example the average scores is less than, if out of 100, if it is less than 30, so of course they would suffer here, because medicine is not easy task for them to study. And so if it is 50 out of 100, he could, if he has desire, he could make himself successful in his studies. So that's why it's okay. But less than 30, of course, we won't invite such students.
Wow, okay. Thank God I have more than 30 in all my before. All right. So, ma'am, for the second to the last question, what is your personal relationship with students? I know, because I have a wonderful relationship with you, and all the students that are my friends also have wonderful relationships with you, because when we have problems that are realistic problems, you solve them for us. What about the general population of students? What is your personal relationship with them?
If to speak on my point of view, I have equal relations to all the students. For me, it doesn't matter whether he is Indian or he is Russian or he is African or he is just from Palestine. It doesn't matter for me. Like for our head, for our rector, because every time he is saying, all our students, foreign students, if they come here, they are my own. He children. He has kind of attitude like my own children. If they have just a problem, just tell me. I'm like bridge between students and our rector. So that's why, like, I'm asking students what problems, what just ideas, and I'm bringing presenting them to a rector, and we try to meet all these requirements and needs if they are. And maybe there are, anyway, we can't, how to say, students, of course, they have own ideas, they have own points of view. Maybe there are some students who disagree with my opinion, or those who are feel maybe bad themselves, but they are not saying to me, and we can't.
Well, I would know because I talk to everybody, almost everybody in the hostel, and I think everybody thinks genuinely you're doing an amazing job, and that is something.
I try to.
Yes, you are doing an amazing job. I think so, and I know so because the international department has changed completely. We now have access to a lot of things that we didn't have access to in the past, and that is because of your, students' policy. I can be sick at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I call one of your workers, and she's there to help me call an ambulance,
Yes, it's you. We're always saying, just guys, if you won't tell us, we wouldn't know that you are in a trouble or you have problems. So of course, all the students, from my point of view, I don't have any problems with students, but I don't know whether they have problems with me. This is the question mostly to students.
I understand. All right, ma'am. For the last question. Any change? Okay. All right. So, ma'am, for the last question, a lot of students contact me through the YouTube channel, and they ask me if there is a second session that is planning to be open in February, because since something like that has been going around, and I wanted to confirm from you, because if it's not coming from you, then it's not coming from anywhere.
Okay. So you mean admission in February. So look here. So during our educational policy in all Russia, we had to admit those applicants, all the applicants for this year, till 31st of October.
Yes.
So after this date, we can't admit anyone.
Yes.
The only, for example, situation if students who are studying nowadays at any universities in Russia, they can take transfer. Transfer window opens in January.
Yes, ma'am.
But new admission for newcomers, it will open only starting, we are starting to process all the applications starting from late March.
Okay.
So for the next, we're starting to process all the applications, just making the personal files. But for February, there is no admission.
Yes, ma'am.
Just only transfer in January.
Okay.
The situation.
Ma'am, thanks a lot. It's been a long interview. Thanks for answering, creating time for us.
Thank you for just good questions as well.
No, ma'am. All right. All right. That was the interview with Raisa Kurbanova, head of the international department, and our dean. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and hopefully she's going to grant us another interview in future.
Yes.
Where we're going to come back and discuss more of the questions that you have. So thank you very much, and thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Please, ma'am, can you please tell them to help subscribe and like?
So guys, if you have for example, inner desire to become a doctor, and if you have chosen this very future for yourself, so just be strong, be more decisive, and you have to choose this way, and to put all your efforts, all your heart, all your deeds into this very sphere, because it requires many efforts. So anyway, I wish you good luck in every step you are going to make in your future. But if you choose Dagestan State Medical University for your study, so welcome.
Thank you. All right, so subscribe and like the video, and we'll see you guys the next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.